honestly, I think that it's more and more relevant now, considering, I mean, you look at even though we might think we're in the post-pandemic days, but even then, I mean, businesses have become even more agile now. I'd say that the way you're scaling these practices can be very contextual, and every industry will scale it differently. But the basics of, say, Scrum or Kanban or extreme programming or disciplined agile delivery and all those different tactical ways of executing projects, considering the nature of variability between scope, cost, and time, that is here to stay. And so the more agile you are in terms of adopting those and customizing those and making them specific to the nature of your work, the easier it'll be for you to adapt to your changing business needs. So I don't think it's going to go away. If anything, I think you're going to see more and more flavors of doing the same thing. I'd say the advice is no different than for any other role. I mean, you've got to, when you prepare your resume, just because you haven't done a traditional project management job doesn't mean that you don't have experience in that kind of work. So a lot of it is going to be how you position this, right? So if you have worked with people as a group, if you have worked with a team for that matter, that has been, tasked with executing a certain mission, if you have managed certain things in that environment, whether it's people management or process management or resource management or infrastructure management, if you've done some kind of management, that's essentially project management or one of the flavors of project management. So even though you might not have a traditional project management experience in, say, a financial services company or a retail company, project management at the end of the day is still project management. There might be certain quirks to certain systems and the way certain businesses operate, but the starting up of the project, when you're creating a vision statement, managing expectations with stakeholders, communicating certain things with stakeholders, as you go through the project, monitoring the progress, setting certain control limits for the variability of scope, cost, and time. As you get to the end of the project, deploying all of that into the customer's ecosystem, that phased approach, that won't change. You might break it up into smaller pieces, or you might elongate them into longer batch sizes, but the cadence will remain the same. So as long as you can convey this sort of an ideology and this sort of a thought process rather to the person who's asking you those questions in the interview, they get that, you understand how project management works. You just might not have done it in the way that they have done it at their company, but that's something you can, you don't hire for that. You hire for the skill and the ability, and you can train people to do it a certain way when you get into the company.